Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have something that I'd like to talk to you about today. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about transvestigators and their wild escapades online of trying to transvestigate nearly every single person on this planet, but with a strange focus / obsession with celebrities in today's media. Now, if you're new to this topic, if you're not quite sure what transvestigators are a growing group of conspiracy theorists that have this really strange and very strong belief that a large percentage of the population, but like I said earlier, a strange hyperfixation on celebrities, are secretly transgender and are just trying to convince the world that they are cis. And in my opinion, transvestigators are one of the greatest living proofs of the fact that transphobia harms cis people as well as it harms transgender people, because the amount of brain rot that these people have to suffer from to jump through the hoops that they jump through and in order to come to the conclusions that they come to is just like astronomically almost comical in a sense. And so yeah, I truly believe that these people are the greatest example that you can find when you're looking for proof that transphobia not only harms trans people, but cis people as well. So transvestigators are kind of convinced that there is some sort of like transpocalypse going on right now, and they are some of the last cis people left on planet Earth. They are convinced that everyone and their mom and even their dog is putting on a facade and they're actually secretly transgender, and they have proof. So I was able to infiltrate their little community online. There's a Reddit community completely dedicated to showing off their worst and most obtrusive takes, but they also have some Facebook groups that I was able to get some screenshots of some posts from there, and it's absolutely insane. So I wanted to show you guys some of this shit because I truly don't think it can get any crazier than this. Now, of course, before we get into the actual juicy content of this video, I am going to have to give you my opinion on the topic because this is my YouTube channel. I'm going to give you my opinion on shit like this. In my opinion, this is the outcome of the whole we can always tell mentality that a lot of transphobic people have. They truly believe that there is one thing that you can always pinpoint on a trans person that will prove that they are trans. For example, looking at a man and being like, oh, he doesn't have a visible Adam's apple, or he has narrow shoulders, or he's got wider hips, he was actually born female. Or for some people who are born female, they look at them and they go, oh, she's got really broad shoulders, oh, she's got a really sharp jawline, she's actually a man, she was born a man. Blah, blah, blah. You know that type where they're like, oh my god, we can always tell, like, trans people can't pass. There's always some way that you can clock a trans person. Those are the people that I'm talking about. And transvestigators are kind of like the extremist side of that group of people, at least in my opinion. They're basically just like perpetuating the idea that there is a single standard or a singular standard, at least from a biological point of view, that being a man or being a woman has to have. And if you don't fit exactly into that very tiny box, or that very slim idea of what being a man or being a woman means, biologically speaking, in their mind, you're at risk of becoming transvestigated or being transvestigated. That's how I feel about these people. I truly believe that they are bonkers batshit crazy, because some of the stuff that they say, I genuinely cannot believe that they think this way. Half of the time when I was looking at these posts and I was going through these forums, I couldn't tell if it was satire or not. Now that we've got, all the background definitions and things like that out of the way, I'm going to show you guys some of the craziest posts that I was able to pull from their online community. So this first post that I'm going to show you guys is actually the post that got me really interested on making a video on this topic in the first place. I was on Twitter, as usual, just scrolling, and PragerU, which if you don't know who PragerU is, I envy you, posted a tweet saying, how long has Mickey been holding this back? And it's a picture of Mickey Mouse saying men can't get pregnant. Of course, this is pretty obvious rage bait. It's just what they do. That's the type of content that they make. And someone responded with a very obviously photoshopped picture of Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's caressing or lovingly holding MatPat, a YouTuber, pregnant. And they said, oh yeah, what's this then? Checkmate liberal. And somebody responded and said, that's a woman. For those of you who don't know, MatPat is not a woman. He is a cis man. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say that they probably understood that that picture itself was Photoshopped because Springtrap is not real, and they probably understood that at least that part of the picture wasn't real. But even the photoshopped part of MatPat with like the pregnancy belly and everything is just like, come on, like you can't believe that that's real. That's what I mean when I say that I was really hoping while I was going through all of this stuff that some of this was just rage bait and it was like satire and they don't actually believe the things that they're saying. It's Twitter, so you never know. So I did some more digging and I found this post on reposted TikTok or a reel or something like that on Instagram about the new Godzilla movie. This guy commented and said, "Please, Godzilla is evolving into a slim-waisted, pink, big booby version, and I'll bet they are transitioning him."
Big boobs? What? Child. Anyway, so.
And this was in reference to the fact that in the new Godzilla movie, he has like this sort of internal, I don't know, I've never seen it. I've never seen any Godzilla movie or anything, so don't ask me to explain the scientific shit behind it. But basically Godzilla glows pink internally because of radiation or some shit. And yeah, this guy claims that now because Godzilla has been barbified, Godzilla is trans. That's what this guy is claiming. How would Godzilla even communicate that he was transgender? The only way that I could see that working even remotely is if they started doing that dumb thing that they do in like cartoons and animated movies where for some reason they give the female creatures, animals, what have you, tits and like a skinny waist and a fat ass. They give them all BBLs basically, and that's how you differentiate a male character from a female character. That's the only way that I could see this working, honestly. It's a giant lizard, like it's a radioactive lizard. How the fuck would we know that it was transgender? This is another screenshot off of Twitter. I took this from the Reddit community online where a person is posting about Gal Gadot, and they say, "Gal Gadot, another male model who made the cover of Vogue, supposedly a female's magazine. It was men posing as women models all along," and they posted some pictures of Gal like as if that was like a gotcha moment. Someone responded to this tweet about Gal Gadot being secretly a male and said, "You guys have the same jawline," referencing the person, the original poster of the first tweet. And the person responded, "Idiot," which I thought was just like, that's a peak comeback right there. That's, when you have nothing to say as a comeback, the first thing that you're going to do is you're just going to insult the other person. You have nothing substantial to say to back up the claims that you're making or to defend yourself from the claim that you and Gal Gadot have the same jawline. Therefore, you might also be a male masquerading as a woman. So your first instinct is to just insult this person and call them an idiot. That's kind of like the gist of this community that I've picked up during my time perusing through these forums, is they have no real like scientific evidence or studies or anything other than just like wild speculation to back up these claims that they're making. So if somebody disagrees with them, their first instinct or their first reaction is to just lash out, call you an idiot, call you names, call you stupid, tell you that you've been brainwashed by the liberal leftist agenda. And it just decreases their already below hell bar of credibility. This screenshot here of a transvestigator claiming that this woman online is not a real female, and it's a picture of the woman from the back. And they drew lines again, random lines on their shoulders, on the woman's waist, on their hip area, and then for some reason they drew like these really spindly lines going down the woman's leg. And they said, "Do these look like real female measurements to you? He's a man." And the woman in the photo responded and said, "What are the lines on my legs for?" And the person responded, "Weird leg bend from HRT." So that's how you know that you can spot a real trans person in public. Look for bendy legs. As somebody who's been on HRT for many years, I can tell you right now, my legs are not weird or bendy. If you have weirdly bendy legs, I'm assuming that was probably a problem that you would have developed whether or not you were ever on HRT. So don't worry about that. It's not really a real thing. This was a good one I found on Facebook. This is a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Dude was fucking jacked. Like this picture, he is absolutely fucking shredded. Someone responded to this picture or replied to this picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger and said, "Testosterone can do amazing things. You're still a girl." I wish testosterone actually gave you muscles like that. Can you imagine how fucking easy it would be? I wouldn't have to go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week to get this mediocre physique that I have now if the testosterone that I take gave me the physique that Arnold Schwarzenegger has. I don't want to talk about it. It's a sore spot for me. All right, this last one that I want to show you guys is another one from the Facebook group. It's a picture of Henry Cavill. Beautiful man. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful man. And they said, "Henry Cavill's girly eye shows that Henry Cavill is not a guy." So we're rocking with Dr. Seuss up in here. And then they continue on to say that no matter how much work they get done, they can't change the energy coming out of the eyes, the windows to the soul. Apparently because he's got these big baby blue eyes gazing deeply into my soul. That means he's a woman. Does having blue eyes make you immediately a woman? This is something that I see all the time, not only with blue eyes, okay? But the one argument that people bring up for trans men when they do decide to target trans men is that your eyes will always betray the fact that you're a woman. I also have deep blue eyes. Not sure if you can tell. Is it true? Do the eyes make you feminine? Do eyes make you feminine or masculine? I'm asking, genuinely asking. Every time I see some sort of like transvestigation post pop up on my timeline or on Reddit or wherever it is, it just makes me laugh because like genuinely how crazy do you have to be to like actually believe that any of that shit is even like remotely true? So I wanted to come on here and share the craziness with you guys, get your opinion on it. Do you think that there is a specific biological standard or like a singular sort of like box that people have to tick off in order to be categorized, I guess, biologically speaking, as a male or as a female? Let me know. Obviously, I would disagree with that statement, but what do I know? I'm not a scientist. I'm just a transgender person who has a living real life experience of what being trans means. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say in this video. So thank you so much for watching. If you're still here at this point, I hope you got a giggle out of this video. I know I definitely did. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. We've actually like been moving up really quickly. We're close to 9,000 subscribers now, which is like really crazy to think that almost 9,000 people like to sit here and listen to me ramble for however long my videos are, 10 to 11 minutes. So thank you guys for your continued support. It genuinely means the world to me, and I hope I will see y'all in the next one.